losing ourselves, feeling anxious and struggling to control our own pace. If you don't want to be overwhelmed by these three frustrating demons, you need to learn how to break free from them and live with ease, just like a fish swimming freely in the water. While the world around us constantly changes, some principles and mindsets remain timeless, helping us regain inner balance and freedom. No matter how the world evolves, each of us can, through self-adjustment, free ourselves from the external expectations and judgments that bind us. Whether we live with ease is not determined by external circumstances, but by how we view our own inner world and how we adjust our actions and mindset. In this article, we'll explore 5 mindset and behavioral shifts through the lens of ancient Greek philosophy. These shifts not only help us better navigate life's challenges, but also enable us to find peace and confidence amidst the daily grind, allowing us to live more freely. This is an exploration of inner freedom, and it all begins with how we understand ourselves, how we control our responses, and how we let go of unnecessary burdens. Before we begin, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button. It really helps us out, and it won't cost you a thing. Let's get started. Number 1. Say no to unreasonable demands. The founder of Stoicism, Zeno, once said, "What we can control is our inner world, not the external." This statement serves as a powerful reminder that the demands, pressures, and expectations from the outside world are beyond our control, but we have complete power over how we respond to them. Learning to say no to unreasonable requests is not just about rejecting something. It's about respecting and protecting ourselves. Saying no is not a sign of weakness or avoidance. It's a wise investment of our time and energy in things that truly matter. When we learn to turn down inappropriate or unnecessary demands, we can focus more clearly on our own goals and values, rather than being pulled in different directions by others' needs. Stoicism teaches us that external things are beyond our control, but the choices we make within our minds are our sovereign right. This mindset helps us respond rationally and calmly when confronted with unreasonable demands, instead of wasting ourselves trying to appease others. Saying no is not always easy, especially in a society that values social interaction and cooperation. There's often a perception that rejecting others is cold or unfriendly. However, turning down requests that do not align with our values or current life priorities is, in fact, a way of protecting our sovereignty over our own life. By doing so, we not only preserve our time and energy, but we also gain clearer control over our life's direction. This sense of self-mastery is the first step toward true freedom. Learning to say no is not just about managing external distractions. It's about making wise choices for our own lives. Let's stop losing ourselves to others' expectations and instead evaluate every request rationally, choosing only those that align with our inner values and goals. In doing so, we can truly live with ease and take control of our own lives. Number 2. Give yourself permission to rest. Aristotle, in his Nicomachean Ethics, states, "Happiness is the goal, and all actions are aimed at achieving happiness." This pursuit of happiness, however, is not about external achievements, but an inner sense of peace and contentment. To reach this state, giving ourselves time to rest and recharge becomes an essential path to fulfillment. Resting is not about neglecting ourselves or doing nothing. It's about consciously planning and choosing moments of respite to restore balance within. It's not about avoiding responsibility or giving up effort, but rather reducing external distractions to create space for self-reflection. In the process, we reconnect with our inner selves, clarify our priorities, and reassess our life's purpose. Ancient Greek philosophers believed that happiness is not just about reaching goals, but about achieving inner peace and self-control. Taking time to rest is a way of escaping the noise of the world, allowing us to examine why we live and how we can live better. In our daily lives, we often overlook the needs of our inner selves, becoming lost in the rush and pressure from the outside world. But when we pause and allow ourselves time to rest, we not only regain physical energy, we also experience mental freedom. This freedom allows us to reconnect with our inner selves, reclaiming a sense of purpose and meaning that we might have lost along the way. Through this process, we gain clearer insight into our life's direction and recognize what truly deserves our full attention and effort, and what we can let go of. Resting does not mean evading or being lazy. On the contrary, it is a wise pursuit of life's quality. It reminds us that life is not just about endless striving and chasing after goals. It also involves consciously stopping to give ourselves space and time to restore our inner balance. This balance not only helps us cope better with life's challenges, but also enriches and adds meaning to our lives. Therefore, learning to rest and granting ourselves inner peace is an essential step toward living a fulfilling and happy life. Number 3, don't overvalue others' opinions of you. As Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius wrote in his Meditations, "What others do is none of your business. You can choose not to react." He emphasized that true freedom comes not from being influenced by external judgments, but from focusing on our own inner voice and choices. External opinions are often unclear and unstable. We can't control how others perceive us, nor can we satisfy everyone's expectations. No matter how hard we try, there will always be critics or people who disagree with us. So, if we constantly focus on how others view us, we will never experience true freedom, because we will always be tethered to how others see us. Real freedom comes not from validation from others, but from how we understand and accept ourselves. Marcus Aurelius's Stoic philosophy teaches that it's not the external events themselves that determine our emotions, but how we choose to respond to them. External judgments are beyond our control. We can't make everyone happy, nor can we make everyone love us. Our sense of self is not defined by others' opinions, but by what lies deep within us. When we stop using others' opinions as the measure of our worth, we free ourselves from external constraints and begin to live more authentically and comfortably. Not caring too much about others' opinions doesn't mean ignoring people or disregarding society. It means learning to discern what truly matters. External feedback can help us improve, but it doesn't define who we are. Finding inner conviction and confidence is key to gaining inner freedom. When we no longer let others' criticisms affect our emotions, inner peace follows. At this point, our lives are no longer dictated by the external world's feedback, but by our own sense of self and resolve. By not letting external judgments affect our emotions, we can focus more on personal goals and inner growth. We come to realize that the only thing worth pursuing is our own growth and inner peace. When we learn to ignore unnecessary outside noise, we can clearly hear our own true thoughts and needs. Through this process, we gradually understand that true happiness does not come from being perfect in others' eyes, but from deep inner recognition and tranquility. Number 4, letting go of the obsession with controlling everything. As the founder of Stoicism, Zeno, once said, "Happiness does not come from external things, but from our inner attitude." This reminds us that true happiness does not stem from controlling the external world, but from how we perceive and respond to the uncontrollable realities around us. Many aspects of our lives are, in fact, beyond our control. Changes in the external environment, the decisions of others, and random events are all beyond our ability to influence. Trying to control everything only leads us into anxiety and distress. We often feel uneasy because of factors we cannot control, worrying about the uncertainties of the future, or regretting past decisions that can't be undone. On one hand, we desperately try to control every aspect of our lives. On the other, we feel trapped in an endless cycle of stress, as though life were an impossible game to win. Stoic philosophy teaches us that true freedom lies in accepting the unpredictability of life and letting go of the obsession with controlling everything. Reducing this obsession does not mean abandoning responsibility, but recognizing that we are limited and cannot control all external circumstances. In life, what matters most is not trying to control the uncontrollable, but learning how to respond to it, adjusting our attitude and mindset. What we can control is our reaction, our choices, and how we understand and judge the situation. By adopting this approach, we can not only reduce anxiety, but also face life's uncertainties and challenges with more composure. When we accept that some things cannot be changed, our minds become calmer, and we can focus on the things we truly can control. For example, We cannot control the weather or change others' attitudes, but we can control how we adapt to our environment, how we adjust our mindset, and how we remain calm in the face of challenges. Letting go of the obsession with controlling everything allows us to release inner unease and embrace the flow and changes of life. As another Stoic philosopher, Epictetus, wisely stated, we cannot choose the external events that happen to us, but we can choose how we respond to them. This insightful thought reminds us that the most important thing in life is not to force control over external circumstances, but to focus on mastering our inner world. Through this shift in attitude, we can gain true freedom and approach every challenge in life, whether good or bad, with calmness and clarity. Ultimately, letting go of the obsession with controlling everything helps us better navigate the complexities and fluctuations of life, allowing us to experience each moment with a clearer and more peaceful mindset. By accepting what is beyond our control, we can focus more on the direction we can steer, our inner growth and tranquility. Number 5, cultivating a healthy amount of solitude. The ancient Greek philosopher Eudoxus once said that solitude is an opportunity for reflection and self-discovery, a process of purification for the soul. Solitude is not simply a state of isolation. It is a chance to engage in deep dialogue with oneself. It allows us to transcend the noise of the outside world and dive into the depths of our inner selves, where the true, often overlooked, parts of who we are can be discovered. In daily life, we are constantly surrounded by social events, work tasks, and an endless barrage of external stimuli. We are used to interacting with others, participating in group activities, and even immersing ourselves in the constant updates of social media and our smartphone screens. However, this constant external interference often disconnects us from our inner selves. We lack the time and space to examine our thoughts, feelings, and goals, and we struggle to truly understand our own needs and desires. A healthy amount of solitude can fill this gap, giving us the space to think and reflect. Solitude is not a negative emotion. It is a conscious choice, a process of connecting with ourselves. By spending time alone, we can tune into our inner voice and identify our true desires and goals. Without the distractions of the outside world, we can freely contemplate the meaning, value, and direction of our lives. This process of self-exploration not only helps us understand ourselves better, but also sparks our inner wisdom and creativity. Solitude provides a peaceful environment where we can clear our minds, break free from external judgments, and truly take control of our lives. Through solitude, we can cultivate inner peace and stability. In a world filled with change and uncertainty, we cannot avoid external pressures and challenges, but solitude offers us a sanctuary for the soul. It allows us to step away from the chaos and enter a pure, undisturbed state. It is in this state that we can calmly examine our lives, feeling the peace and strength within. This inner tranquility not only helps us cope with the pressures of life, but also enables us to make more rational and wise decisions. The significance of solitude for personal growth goes far beyond simply being alone. It is the bridge to connecting with our innermost selves, the opportunity to return to who we truly are amidst the noise of the world. Through the practice of solitude, we gain greater clarity about the life we truly want, learning how to find our way in a complex world. It helps us become more resolute in our everyday lives, allowing us to live more authentically and more freely. Healthy solitude is not just the pursuit of peace, it is an essential path to self-growth, inner balance, and freedom in life. Solitude is a dialogue with our innermost self, and it is the starting point on the path to living freely. By learning to embrace solitude and understanding the power it brings, we will eventually discover that it is a true form of freedom, a way to build a profound connection with ourselves, maintaining an unshakable inner peace amidst the noise of the world. Through these 5 philosophical shifts, we can gradually free ourselves from external constraints and return to inner freedom. True freedom is not about avoiding the challenges of the outside world, but about facing them with composure while maintaining our sense of self. Through these philosophical transformations, we can not only transcend external limitations, but also find our own rhythm in life, making it more meaningful and fulfilling. I believe that everyone can find this balance in their own lives, achieving a more free and authentic existence. Thank you for sticking with me to the end. If you made it this far, drop a Stoic wisdom in the comments to show you're part of this journey. And if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure to hit that subscribe button. See you next time.